Hello, welcome back to Yoga with Adele, and today we're looking at a pose called Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So last week in our foundations class we looked at Warrior 1, which is a pose where the hips are pointing completely forwards towards the top edge of your mat. And today we're going to look at Warrior 2, where the hips kind of open out to the side a little bit. We're going to talk about that hip alignment. So to begin with, we're just going to be standing at the top of your mat and check in with your feet. So remember that importance from last week of pressing down through all four corners of the feet and checking that you're not kind of rolling in, so your knees are wobbling in, or you're not turning your toes out and your knees are kind of going out like this. So you want to just keep your toes pointing forwards and have your knees soft so you're not locking into the knees, and just standing in this mountain pose, Tadasana. So set up your feet, nice little softness in the knees so that you can lift up out of your foundation, drop your tailbone down. So check again that you're not overarching your spine and sticking your bum out. Pull the ribs in a little bit, drop the tailbone, tuck under with the tailbone, and let your shoulders just relax up and back. And let your arms be by the side of your body and just close your eyes here. Feel what you feel. Nice, conscious breath in. Feel the belly, feel the rib cage, feel the chest, and exhale. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, relax your jaw. See if you can wiggle your toes so you're not clawing and clenching in the feet. 2 more. Deep breath in and out. Last one. And out. Good. Soften the knees even more. Bring your hands to your chest. And then this time as you breathe in, take your arms out and up. Reach through your fingers. Find energy through the fingers. Reach, reach, reach. And reach them all the way up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bring your hands through your heart center. Bend your knees. Really bend your knees and come into your forward fold. Inhale, sliding your hands up to the shins or the thighs and lengthen your back. So a lot of people still have this roundedness in the shoulders when we talk about flat back position. Can you see you've got a little hump back? To avoid this, tilt your pelvis. So can you see? Tucking it under, tilting it back with soft knees, and what a difference that makes in my spine. So tilt your pelvis, find that movement and lengthen, come halfway. Good. Exhale, exhale, really bend your knees, curl into your center, and as you inhale, reach through the fingertips and open out from your center. We're just warming up the spine and the legs. Exhale, go all the way down again. So we're warming up the legs, coming into this squat. Inhaling into this flat back position. Pull your elbows in, lengthen your spine, head to tail. Really bend the knees, come into your center, and then inhale, reach energy through the fingers. Warming up the shoulders here as well. And exhale, all the way down. Keep going. Last one. All the way down, all the way down. Inhale to that flat back position. Lengthen, lengthen. Beautiful long spine. Exhaling, bending the knees, coming into your center, and inhaling, my knees are cracking, all the way up. And exhale, this time hands to heart. Good. Now taking your hands on your hips, you're just going to slide your right toes back. I'm just going to turn around so you can slide your right toes back. So you stay where you are. I'm just going to turn around so that I'm facing the camera. So when we started last week and we were in Warrior 1, we had our hips pointing forwards and just spin the heels slightly. This time we're going to turn the toes a little bit further around to the side. So that is going to move this hip bone that's attached to the ankle and the toes. So try it. Spin your back toes in more So you'll find you're facing forwards and then spin your back foot out. If you keep spinning it, you'll get to a point where your hips are kind of pulling apart, and that's going to start to feel like it's causing strain. So I just want you to experiment with this. Toes forward, toes out. Keep the front toes just pointing straight forwards, and just see at what point does it feel enough. And that's where I want you to stay with your hips. So you don't want to turn your back toes too far so that you feel like you've got this pull going on. You want to turn your toes just to the point where you feel you can still safely track that front knee over the ankle, pointing towards the toes of the front foot because they're staying forwards, but the back hip is not feeling like it's being prized open. And this is your alignment. Everybody's different. So for me, I don't want to step back too far, but if I don't step back enough, when I start to bend my front knee, it goes over the front toes. So you want enough of a step back so that you can spin out that heel, spin out those toes, and you can still keep that front knee agreeing with the front toes. So you can just go ahead and bend that and straighten it a few times. So you don't want this happening. You don't want the front knee kind of caving in just to be able to let this back set of toes turn round. So you want to just keep nice and stable in the feet, in the hips. So good, once you've got that going on, press into the back foot, press into the front foot, feel that nice stability, the hips are happy. Start to work on your spine. So again, arch and flatten the back and feel as if you're just being able to lengthen your tailbone down, pulling the ribs in slightly. And then lift up through the crown of the head so you're not kind of slumped here. So you've got this nice lift, you're working the tailbone down, and then you're bending that front knee as much as you can. So maybe you just bend it a little bit if you're just building strength. If you're wanting to work a little bit harder, take the back leg further away and really bend the front knee. So you can come right the way down to this kind of 90-degree angle if you want to, but find a position that feels comfortable, that you can hold for a little while. So the idea of these poses is we want to be able to hold them with enough effort but also enough surrender, sthira sukha in Sanskrit. So now we've got our legs and our spine happy, we can feel that we can rotate the spine. So if we try and use the legs and the hips to rotate, it's going to cause problems around the hips and the SI joint. So you keep your legs in this position once you've got your hips, your pelvis, your legs, back leg is straight, front leg is bent. You can turn your spine. So we turn and we rotate our spine to the long edge of the mat. Okay? And then the last thing to add on, you can keep your hands here, this is still warrior two, is to float the arms up. Now what people tend to do here is to be really tense and rigid, a lot of tension in the shoulders and neck, and then they get tired really quickly. So I want you to practice just floating your arms up, but with this relaxed effort. So we'll do this a few times. So breathe in. Let your arms float up, extend through your fingers, so your hands are nice and long, your fingers are nice and long, fingers are slightly separated. And then exhale, float down. Inhale, float up. Don't let your shoulders come up around your ears, keep your shoulder blades sliding down the back. Exhale, float down. Check you can still wiggle your toes. Inhale, float up. And exhale, float down. Good. Last time. This time we're going to hold it. Inhale, float your arms up. Extend through your fingers. Now turn your head to look over your front hand. So that's the straight forward bent knee side. You're just turning to look over. So the left hand in this instance. And that's your drishti. So you're not leaning forwards. Check that your body is in the center. Imagine you've got this plumb line down the center. Your arms are just nice and relaxed, although they're lifted. Your pelvis is relaxed, your spine is relaxed. Keep tucking under with the tailbone, finding that beautiful position. And your neck is relaxed. See, you can turn your head. It's not kind of rigid and tense. So if we relax, we can hold the pose for a lot longer. Good. Now to come out, we're going to lift the back heel, push off the back foot, step forwards and just shake it out, and we'll do the other side. So just for the camera, I'm going to turn to the other side of my mat, but you can do this just by stepping back on one foot and then stepping back on the other foot. Okay, how are we doing? Good. Are we doing good? So we're going to step back on the left leg now. So starting again at the top of your mat, feet hip distance, slide your left foot back. Remember that distance, it's different for everyone. You want to be able to press the heel down. So if you've gone too far, step it in a bit. Spin the toes. Check how far can you spiral out your toes and this back hip while still comfortably maintaining this bent knee, pointing straight forwards. My ankles and knees are very cracky this morning. I don't know if it's picking that up. So I'm going to bend that knee. I'm really working hard on building all this muscle in this bent leg side, and I'm stretching the back leg all down the back of the leg, the calf, the hamstring, the Achilles tendon at the back of the ankle there. Once I've got my position of my back foot so that my front knee is still happy and pointing to the toes of the front foot, I can then start to just think about my spine, tucking the tailbone, lengthening through the crown of the head, and then turning my chest and my spine to the long edge of the mat without upsetting the strength in the legs that I've got set up nice. Now, some people say that you should line up the heel of the front foot with the inner arch of the back foot. My mat's got like a line on it, so I can do that. And that kind of works for me, that's okay, but for some people that doesn't work in their body. So it's just a guide. So you might need to take your feet further apart than that and have a wider base, and that's okay. So just see how it feels for you. Just listen to your body. Once you've got your spine and your chest to the long edge of your mat, we'll go ahead and lift and lower the arms, breathing in, keeping that nice relaxed effort in the shoulders and through the fingers, nice elegant hands. Exhale, lower. Good. You may start to feel it in your leg, which is good. Inhale, lift. Exhale to release. Good. We've got two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, go down. Last one. Inhale, lift. And this time, lengthen through the fingers, turn your head to look at the front hand, the middle finger, that's your drishti, but make sure your neck is relaxed. And if this just doesn't work for you right now and you're finding it too hard, you can let your arms come down. And there's lots of things we can do in this shape. So sometimes I like to turn the palms up, breathe in and straighten the front leg as well, and look up at the hands. And as I breathe out, turn the palms to face down and push. Not just kind of go down, but push as if you're pushing against something like the air or the imaginary water underneath, and re-bend this leg. And breathe in, turn the palms, looking up, straighten, reach through the hands, and exhale to press and push. So that's quite a nice sequence you can do with this shape. Warrior 2. And the kind of mythology behind this, when we did Warrior 1 last week, we were facing our problems head on, we weren't running away. And the thing about Warrior 2 I like is you've got one hand in your past and it's reaching and retaining all that beautiful experience that you've had in your life that helps and enables you to deal with your problems that you're facing now. And one hand is in the future, so we're still looking towards what's going on. We're looking forwards as well, not back, but we're still centered. Our body, our core is all in the center. We're solid in our foundation and we're ready. We've got the experience. We know what we're doing. We know where we're going. So it's a really nice pose. Okay, we've been here long enough. If you've not already, come out, lift the back heel, press off the back foot, shake it out. And then just take a forward fold. So bend your knees, fold from your hips and relax over your legs. Keep your knees bent, relax your head and neck and just sway gently side to side. And then bend your knees, tuck your tailbone and roll all the way up. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me for this Foundations of Yoga series. I hope that you're finding these useful. Please do let me know in the comments if you've had a go at this pose, if you found something new that you hadn't heard before from a teacher or in a class, then do let me know. I'm super interested to hear how you've got on and what your experience is. And also, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please do remember to check back in if you're in the Facebook group or on my Instagram page for more tutorials. That's it from me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.